Hello, winners, and welcome to Two for the Win with your hosts, Nick and Wil. Well, that's why they play the games when you talk about NFL. We'll chat about the NFL, college football, sprinkle in a little baseball as well. But before we do, please be sure to share, subscribe, and follow Two for the Win on your favorite platform. And shout out to Hard Rock Bet for sponsoring today's episode. Please check out Hard Rock Bet in the description. So, here we are, Fanatic Friday. These upcoming games can't be worse than the last week.
Last week we had the best. Last 2 weekends ago, that was the best weekend of football maybe we had in a little while. Definitely in NFL, and this college and NFL was so weird and so underwhelming, I thought. But yeah,
it was. But we are both wearing baseball jerseys, and I'll let you have honors first.
I have the Bronx jersey, special edition, and Will have the Brewers.
The Euchre edition jersey, and Brewers clinched the division. Nobody saw them clinching the division this year. I think everybody thought the Cubs, but Brewers are in the postseason as well as the Yankees. Who knows? Maybe we'll be going to a World Series game. Those two match up.
Yeah.
Brewers pitching. We'll see.
I mean, everybody will know from by now. He has zero objectivity with his team. He still believes stuff that are insane to me, but whatever. But congratulations to the Brewers. I'm always honest and fair. Brewers overachieve big time. I love their rookie pitcher, definitely.
Yeah.
Special. If they pass the first round, I will be shocked, and probably second round exit. It's just because they have zero experience. So that in baseball is pitching and experience, and they have some pitching with zero experience. So I don't believe they're gonna go anywhere. But I do not believe in my Yankees neither. So I'm honest with that. Even though we played the last 2 months, we are number 2 in a MLB, but I still don't believe we have any star pitcher. We have Rodon. I don't believe we have a lot more than that. I know we can sprinkle some other one, but I think we have no closer. I don't want to hear about Bednan, even though that's our closer now. Fried is okay as a starting pitcher, but then we have Williams. We have bunch of pitcher that I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously going to put them on? So offensively, I think there's nobody who equal us. Even the Dodgers. We are. I mean, you see it on the stats. I think we have 100 hits more than the second team, and same with home run. But we need pitching in the next thing. So I think that we're gonna lose. But we'll see when the game needs to be played. But we need pitching.
Yeah, and we'll see about the Brewers. They have, if they go further in these playoffs, then it does two things, I think, that really solidify it, because they have one of the league's lowest payroll, and they're the league's smallest market. So it goes to show chemistry matters for a team, because this team has outstanding chemistry, and fundamental defense matters. So when you look at the Brewers, they have in their fielding 5 Gold Glove candidates. Like, that's not something to sneeze at, because to your point, Yankees lack pitching. Brewers, that's what's been carrying them most of the year. So it'll be interesting to see. And if they flame out, then it goes to show, that those things maybe don't carry as much weight. So,
and then we know they're not gonna resign them. So the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Cubs, they're gonna all take those pitchers from, and then you're gonna get 5 picks from them and start back. And it's unfortunately, I mean, it's the same with Skins with the Pirates. We know he has maybe one more seasons with Pittsburgh, then he's gonna get out. He's too big for the market. At even Detroit, when you have Tariq, he's gonna also in a year, he has 1 or 2 more years, then his contract needs to be renewed. He's not gonna sign with the Lions, the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem when you are in a market like that. You will not be able to keep those, and if you don't win the year that they actually outperform, that's the reality of the smaller market, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with college football last week. Very underwhelming, but anything you want to shout out about last week with the games?
Well, looking a little bit at what happened last week, I think I was underwhelmed with a lot of those performances. I know Oklahoma had a win. I need to give them flowers against Auburn, but it could have go either way, literally on that matchup. The Illinois-Indiana game, it was unexpected. I mean, kudos to Indiana. I didn't see that coming. I changed a little bit my mind on Friday when I read the amount of injuries that in the Illinois had, and I'm like, but I still picked the point, so that was not a good one either there. So kudos to Indiana. They played home. They rivalized. I don't know what's happening in the water in Indianapolis, but there's something going on there. I think we should analyze what's happening in that state.
They're called nap towns, so maybe they're getting a good sleep.
I don't know. You have the WWE. You have the Indianapolis Colts. You have Indiana Hoosiers. I don't know what's next.
Fever.
The Fever who just win the game. I mean,
Pacers.
At this time recording, they win the game one, and again at LA, at Vegas. Sorry, so it was crazy. So those were the prime matchups. Looking at Utah, I was also very surprised. Texas Tech again. That's a team was been built during this off seasons by putting $25 million into the NIL, and I didn't believe that you can construct a team like this, definitely younger player, because they need to adapt a lot more than professionals. And so far, they just, they're the team to beat in the Big 12. So I still believe Utah will be there at the end of the year. It's going to be between them two. But we'll see what's going to happen. So that's my take.
Yeah, I think the Illinois score shocked me. The Utah score, because they were playing at home, that shocked me. How about Clemson?
Oh, yeah, Clemson.
What the heck? I mean, we talked about it in the college preview. They basically had the same team.
Yeah, plus a few really good recruits. So, yeah, that's a big shock. That's true. That's a shocking result.
Yeah, I am just really floored about that one. And I don't know. You got to be on the Dabo watch, right? Like, I mean, I know he gave them 2 national championships and stuff, but I mean, they haven't been. I mean, I don't know. It's just shocking to me what's happening with Clemson.
I text you at the time. I think Dabo is fantastic. It's just time for a new voice, like you said, like you told me. I think for both, maybe it's time, because the last 2 years, they squeezed in last year, but they were underwhelming. Then this year, they were heavily favored in ACC. I mean, I picked them. I think you did too, to win the SEC. And I think the message, sometimes you just need a change of message. I see Dabo be going to Alabama, LSU, a team like that. If I think I told you that if Alabama or LSU are not making the playoff this year for any reason, right now LSU looks strong, but we never know. With Kelly, it's usually like he goes to a bad stretch. Or Obama don't make, I do believe that Dabo will be in line to be the next one. And I see him very good in the South like that. So I think he would do great. I like the board, but more than you do. But I think that Bama, it's a match made in heaven with Dabo. But
yeah, I think that could work. And I think the other one that could work, even though I don't know if you said it on the podcast or not. Yeah, you did, about Gruden possibly with Florida. Dabo in Florida.
Oh, Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
Gators.
Yeah, Dabo could be in Florida, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I do agree he should stay in the South and and stuff like that. But the other thing is, let's give you the props. They took care of Florida, the Miami, and now they're ranked number 2. And so we'll see. The last time Miami was ranked this high was 2017. They were 10-0 and went on to lose their last 3 games, including the bowl game. So we'll see how the U finishes. I mean,
they are very complete. There seems to be a complete team. But again, it depends. Again, the U, it's always waiting to see, like they lose to Georgia Tech or something.
Something crazy.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So the games this week, some interesting matchups. You have USC and Illinois both ranked. We'll go from the worst ranked matchups to the best. So USC, Illinois, you mentioned about being hurt. USC flying quite a ways over to Champaign, Illinois. How do you see that game?
Yeah, I mean, Illinois, USC is a high power. Actually, this is one of the only bet I won this week. I bet on I think USC were playing forgot who they played, but they beat them, but they had the points, and I bet that the team was going to lose by less point, which happened. I think they won by 15 last week. And I think it's all offense, no defense. And Indiana, it's going to be a high-scoring game. That's Illinois is going to be a high-scoring game. I think Illinois will play way better at home again. And USC, it usually they are not really strong outside their home house. So I don't think that. I think I would give the edge to Illinois.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, but I just have to think there's got to be a heightened sense of urgency with Lincoln Riley, right? Like at some point, he's got to have a statement win. Not that this would really be a true statement win, but I don't know. I mean, I started thinking about some of these coaches. They need some wins, Anyway, yeah, I think Illinois will do it, but I'm kind of hoping USC does, but we'll see. Because college football is better when USC is relevant, I think. All right, then we got LSU Ole Miss. Number 4 LSU traveling to Ole Miss. Both teams undefeated. Always interesting when you get these teams together, especially because of their coaches.
I know. Lane Kiffin for the win for me. I think I have Ole Miss winning. I also had Ole Miss winning last weekend. So I will continue. I think LSU played very well the game 1 in Clemson. But now we see what Clemson is all about. So I would go Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin every year gets better and better with his team. And this year, I think he can really, really take the step to maybe go for the, fight for the win in the ACC.
Yeah, I think Mississippi is one of those teams that they just tend to lose really big games more often than not. I like LSU's defense in this one. I'm going to take LSU because defense travels on the road, usually, unless you're named the Packers. All right, next one. We have Alabama and Georgia.
Great game. I think I would. It's in Georgia.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick Alabama. I will still pick Alabama. I think Alabama will beat Georgia at Georgia. I will pick it's an upset pick, but I think Alabama way better than people think based on the first game. I think that the board got the guys back on track mentally, physically. Very strong performance after the first loss. Georgia are really, really in between since beginning of the year. I take Alabama.
So I don't know if our production company can do this, but you know what I want to see Alabama get? A big slice of humble pie. And I say, give me the dogs. Roof. I'm going Georgia Bulldogs. I'll take a bite out of Alabama. They're going to be rolling Tide, more like rolling, I don't know. What is the Tide? Oh, Tide's the cleaner. I was going to say Tidy Bowl Man. I don't know, something. I want to see disruption in Alabama. I want to see them fire their coach. All these Bama fans who have had it like the Patriots fans did for the longest time. Like they had bliss for about 15 years. I want anarchy in Alabama. So I'm going dogs. Give me the dogs at home.
You hear what my co-host is rooting for this weekend.
Chaos.
We'll be in Dallas, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And then the big matchup in the Big Ten. Oregon travels to Penn State. Both teams undefeated. Oregon ranks 6th. Penn State is ranked 3rd. Penn State is favored by 3.5, which means on a neutral field, these teams will be even. How do you see this game?
Well, my heart said Oregon, of course. I think that at home, and it's a night game.
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, I would give it to Penn State. If it was Ohio State, I would pick Ohio State because Penn State cannot beat them for the life of them, and the coach is awful against the. But I hope I'm wrong, but I will pick Penn State.
I think you're right, but I'm going to pick Oregon only because how we feel about their coach at Penn State. So I'm going to go Oregon.
Franklin.
Moore is having a heck of a year, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick. And he's also, so I don't know. Give me Oregon just because I'd like to see Franklin. I want to hear all the hate. Go on that one. I'm in a sour mood after these last week's games.
I
so.
seem to be.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So
Or can you even say something about the defense of the Packers? They're fantastic.
No,
That's not their fault.
Well, no, right. No, defense travels, but because their offense and special team is so horrible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So NFL.
Because we would not agree on that.
No. Packers defense is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You look at the box score, I think Cleveland had like 200 yards total offense. The defense really only gave up 3 points.
Yeah, no.
But that offense and the special teams. All right, so first let me start with the special teams because
here we go. We moved to the NFL again.
I moved to the NFL with the Packers Browns, which was one of the worst losses I've ever seen. Now I've seen some Green Bay losses, the Hail Mary, the overtime, the Giants when the Packers were 15-1. Like there have been some horrible Green Bay losses over the years, but for a regular season loss, this has to be one of the worst. There was like 25 penalties in this game. So besides the fact that they lost, it was an ugly game to watch. Like I was just like, All right, special teams, Rich Bisciglia. I should have known better. So when they paid Rich Bisciglia, they made him the highest paid special teams coordinator in all of football. Twice. He's gotten 2 contracts from Green Bay. I should have known they shouldn't have signed him when the Raiders didn't even want to keep him as their interim coach. Remember, he was the interim coach when Gruden got fired, and the fans loved him, the players loved him. If Mark Davis doesn't take somebody, that should have been a red flag. Our special teams, ridiculous. Again, blocked field goal at the end, which could have won it for Green Bay. And then, of course, anyway, all right. So first, I don't know what they're paying Bisciglia for. That man is robbing Green Bay for millions of dollars. And their special teams are still horrible. I mean, that's all it. Then the offense. All right. Now, I understand there's 2 offensive linemen hurt. And you're going against Cleveland's front, which is legitimate. That is a strong front. They added that defensive tackle from Michigan. But Love, you cannot throw that pick. There was nobody there. He threw the pick. This year is starting, it's early. But remember when the Ravens had that crazy defense and they won the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer?
Ray Lewis.
I think the Packers defense has a chance to be epic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if they don't make in one game, anything can happen. But if they don't at least make it to the Super Bowl with this defense, if it keeps playing this way and they're healthy, then I think you have the referendum on Jordan Love. Because you look at some of the quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. You look at Trent Dilfer. You look at Joe Flacco. I don't know. There's probably some other ones. But there's been some mediocre quarterbacks. The guy from Philly the first time they won. But the backup.
Oh, yeah. He just played for the Super Bowl, right?
No, he
He
played in the playoffs,
when Wentz got hurt.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Knowles. Or Foles.
Foles.
Nick Foles. All right. So, I mean, if these guys can win a Super Bowl, then that interception was horrible. And I saw some Packer apologists were like, well, look at Jordan Love drove him down the field after he threw the pick and they had the field goal block. Well, first, he didn't really drive him down the field. There was a pass interference penalty that gave them like 20 yards. And then they were running the ball. So it wasn't so much that he was passing it down. They were running it. But you can't throw that pick. And I mean, how they lost that game, it's and then, all right, now I think Golden's going to be great. But how the heck did he run out of bounds? Did you see that play where he threw the ball? Like, he wasn't running that fast.
I agree. I thought the same.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, I got to stop.
No, keep going.
But I mean, if the only silver lining, you know how I'm a homer, and I have hope. The only silver lining I can take out of that loss to Cleveland is, did you hear about this Packer O-lineman before the game who was talking about the Packers going undefeated? Like, you don't say that stuff publicly. He's like, oh yeah, I could see us going undefeated the way we're playing. So maybe, I talked about the humble pie. Maybe this is the humble pie. But LaFleur didn't coach. This game just was wretched. And based on the way the defense played, they should have won 34-0, and they lost 13-10. So hence why I'm wearing the jersey today. At least one Wisconsin team made me proud this week.
All right. So for the fastest transition from college football to NFL, I'm gonna first say, first of all, I'm proud of my best friend and co-host to actually. I thought he was gonna go bananas and I was gonna destroying life because I thought he was gonna be an apologetic to Love. I'm from the start. Love is not a quarterback. I'm sorry. He talked about Nick Folks. He talked about Flacco. He talked about all those quarterbacks. I put Love in that mix, and I think he's less good than them. Definitely less good than Flacco. I don't see what people see in Love. He played like one good game every 8. And the rest, he's just good to pass on the side, and he lets his running back or wide receiver or tight end do the work. It's not a freaking quarterback. So I was pissed on myself because I lost a large amount of money on Sunday because I had a long parlay and the Packers is the one who killed me. And I'm like, was so mad, not at him, at me, to said, I literally talked to my neighbor. I was outside at the garbage, so everybody know garbage can. And my neighbor was there because I like to stay at my house, so I don't talk to people usually. And he talked to me, and then we discussed sport a little bit. And I mentioned about he said, "Oh, what did you bet this week?" Because I'm betting. And then I said about this. He said, "So you believe in Love?" And I laugh, and I'm like, "Man, I keep telling my buddy that he doesn't have a quarterback," and he said he still bet him. So like, I should not be betting for a team with no quarterback. And so I was so mad at myself, and I thought that Will was gonna come today and explain, it's not Love's problem, it's not Love's mistake, it's the O-line. And I was going to destroy him that. I literally replayed the game. So I literally go back and look at the pressure he got. He keep the ball for no reason. He had opening. He just don't dare to throw the ball. If it's more than 5 yards in each side, he doesn't throw the ball. Or he's just afraid. And I'm like, what are you doing? You have a defense that you have. You can take risk when you have a defense like that. If you're the Giants with we're not going to talk about the Giants after, but Russell will just throw the ball eyes closed like he did last week with the Cowboys. And the Cowboys, it worked because the ball fall just in the end of the wide receiver. He did the same on Sunday, and Kansas City just kept intercept all his ball. I'm not saying to do that, but if you do that when you have a defense like you guys have, okay, so be it. They're going to get you the ball back, But the fact that he's scared in that interception, I agree. Even if he catch the ball, he's still not the first down. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. And so for me, the Packers have an outstanding defense. I mean, that's insane. I even text you. I mean, You guys, if it's not one side, it's the other side. If it's not the side, it's in front. Like, you guys are everywhere. But the quarterback, I mean, I would be you guys. I call Atlanta. I get Kirk Cousins, and you get the Super Bowl. But it's just me. I just think that it's a travesty that a team like that give so much money for Love. If you had Dak Prescott, let me tell you, I put my house that Green Bay Packers win if they had Dak Prescott. And we can say whatever we want about Dak, but Dak freaking know how to throw the ball. And anyway, so yeah, I was very, very upset, and I'm glad that you mentioned special team and Love. I would give everything to Love, because the special team, like I said, it's very rare that you have that kind of a situation when you have blocked field goal, unless it's last weekend we had 7 of them. I still don't know what happened. I think the referee had a big part of it, but yeah. So that's the take on Green Bay. So
I'll just end with 2 things. And one other thing I got to go up. So this is my therapy. How the heck did Love take that sack at the end of the 3rd quarter?
Yeah,
throw the ball out of bounds. And then here's a fun fact: there is only one NFL team this year who has never trailed for 1 second. It's the Green Bay Packers, and they're 2-1. They're the only team in the NFL that's never trailed for 1 second, because Cleveland hit the field goal, but no time left.
That's a good one. All right, let's move on. To another. Let's move on. I want to talk very quickly a little bit to Indianapolis. So I was wrong in my upset pick.
Indiana Jones.
We were both wrong in all our picks. So, but Indianapolis. Another fun fact. And when I heard that, I'm like, this has to be a mistake. And I Googled it, and it's actually true. So Indiana Jones is the first quarterback in the history of NFL who start 3-game 3-0 with at least 3 passing touchdown, 3 rushing touchdown, and no picks.
Oh, wow. There's a good one.
I mean, we're talking about Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Damon Jones. So, I mean, kudos. I don't know where they're going to stop, but they're impressive. They're really impressive the way, and I know for me what it is the confidence. That team, like you smell confidence in them. Like they're clicking on every cylinder. If you need something for the tight end, Warren actually is getting better and better.
Yeah.
When you do something, when you need a wide receiver, you have Pierce or you have whatever it's the name of the other one is. Fantastic. Then you have the running back. I mean, Taylor, he's like 22 again.
Yeah, reborn.
And if nothing works, Damon Jones is gonna rush it for you. I mean, they literally are creating every cylinder, and that's not a lot of big names, like so it shows again that I mean I'm really pleased. I mean, I enjoy watching them. Like I don't think it's gonna last because we'll see how they react when they have a first loss.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna say a lot. But in the meantime, if I was Indiana guy, I would be so eclectic about this. And I don't want to be Richardson right now because
I know.
Because I think the guy is crying crocodile tears. Like I need to get out of it. Let's go to the UFL with The Rock. I think that's his only pathway to get out of this. But yeah, I mean, I was very, very impressed, and I think we need to give them a little bit of love.
I agree. I totally agree. And I mean, what is with New York sports? Like players go, and when it comes to football anyway, like players go there. Rodgers looks like dog pile. Playing decent, if better than decent, maybe, if we're Steelers. Danny Dimes. I mean, they gave him a huge contract. He had that great year. Then he falls flat on his face.
Darnold.
Gets out of there. Yeah, Darnold. I don't know. Somebody needs to do some sage in New York football arenas.
It's more than sage.
Something. And another team that makes me mad. I'm gonna channel my inner mad dog here. Like Atlanta. Like, what the heck? I mean, they have all this talent. You look at their skill positions and you're like,
unbelievable.
No gaps.
Unbelievable.
No gaps. They smacked down last week. They won that game handily. And then they got blanked.
I know. It's awful. It's awful. I mean, I'm them. I call Belichick, and I give them the biggest freaking pay that he can give, and you get Belichick there to fix it. They need an experienced coach in that team.
Yeah.
But they had that offensive coordinator from Pittsburgh. Then they had this dude now that continue to play out gears like every other run. I just are gonna lose it. If you have Bijan, you play 98% of the time. End of story. And yeah, they don't click. They just don't click. And they have everything, like you mentioned, even defensively. They have Pitts with Coach Belichick. Trust me, he's gonna get the ball.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. That's the only thing I see to save Atlanta. In honesty,
Bijan was averaging 5.5 yards a carry, and they only gave him 12 touches.
I know. I'm like, what's happening?
All right, so let's get to so. As you can tell, winners, we have some frustration. It just goes. So I just got to say this one comment before we head into upset picks. There was a play. I can't remember who the player was, but it was a former player. And he was talking about how like some of these coaches are so poor at scheming. And he's like, basically they're high school gym teachers, phys ed teachers. And they just got lucky with connections and stuff to make it. But when you see like in Atlanta, you have a superstar with Robinson, and they don't give him the ball. And
insane.
I mean, yeah. And you you really start to think about it, and it's like, how the heck do these guys? They can't be complete morons because obviously they made it good enough to get a position, to get a coordinator position or a head coach. But my goodness,
We agree.
All right. So with that, let's head into upset picks. And we both drew an egg last week. Last week is one to forget.
I still don't believe that I lost that second game though. Like on the last kick. Like
I know the kicks. I mean, there was weird. It was almost like there was a full moon or some sort of blood moon or something last week. But first one I'm going to go with the Vikings travel to Dublin to play the Steelers. Steelers are the host team. Vikings are favored by 2.5. I'm still not a believer in their quarterback situation, even though I think the jury's still out on the Steelers defense, but I will take, the Vikings want that game because of their defense last week. I'm taking the Steelers with the upset.
All right, you wish you had the backup of the Vikings instead of Love. Anyway, so I'm gonna pick the Bucks to beat the Eagles in Tampa. I love the way Tampa plays, and yeah, they had the second half on Sunday was awful. But they against the Jets. Sorry, Vince. But definitely they won the game. So I still give them kudos. They played like an average game in the second half at best, but first half they were cruising. I do love their rookie wide receiver, whatever its name is.
Emeka
Buka.
Yeah.
I love
he's on my fantasy team.
I think I love the fact that he's there next to Evans as a experienced wide receiver who can teach him the ropes for the next 2 years and then be flying. But I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are doing all the right thing with their picks. So they buffer their O-line and then they have that wide receiver. I think they do amazing. And I again, that push get me upset again with like two overly penalties were not called on, they all start 10 seconds earlier. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But I will root like hell for Tampa Bay for that game. And then the second pick that I'm going to take, and I know we talk about Atlanta, they play at home against Washington. Daniel's not sure if he's going to be able to play. The Falcons always play better at home. And after being ridiculized at Carolina last weekend, I think that they need to respond with something. If they lose this game badly against Washington, I think the coach is out. So I will go for Atlanta for my second pick against Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going to root for the Commanders just for that. Get that coach out of there for Atlanta.
Maybe me too.
No. I would have been tempted to pick the Colts traveling to the Rams, but the Rams are going to be salty the way they lost that game to Philly. So it is indoors, which maybe the Colts, but I'm not doing that one. I think the Rams are favored by 3.5. I would take the points because they got to be bad at how that Philly game ended. My upset pick is Chicago. I'm going to take the Bears over the Raiders. Raiders playing at home, favored by 1.5. It's not so much confidence in Chicago. I have major concerns now about Geno Smith. I thought with him, with Pete Carroll, with Genty, and the tight end and the receivers that they had.
Bowers.
Yeah. I know Bowers was hurt, but Geno Smith, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, and he just hasn't looked good at all. And so I'm going to take the Bears on the road to beat the Raiders.
I think it's a good pick as well. All right.
So there you have it, winners. Gosh, we love football, don't we? It brings out all the emotions. But please be sure to share, subscribe, and follow 2 for the Win on your favorite platform. Shout out to Hard Rock Bet for sponsoring today's episode. And basically, we're just giving money back with some of our bets from last week to Hard Rock Bet. But that'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week, winners. Be well.
Bye, winners.